Hello and welcome to Gamers Confessional, episode 244. It's me, Vimesy. With me tonight we have Marcus Peter Clarkey. Sorry, Clarkey, hello. Where's your dude rag gone?
I took it off. I felt silly. I'm not a young man anymore.
It's ruined it for me now. It's ruined the dream. Also,
why can we not put up the glare from two bald heads?
No, put it back on. Also with us, we've got Pet.
What are you saying?
I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. 200 episodes in, I'm still not sure about that catchphrase. You know, Pet.
Well, I used to say "Hey yo," but I don't know. I need to think of one.
Maybe we need like a callback where you can kind of go "hey" and we all go "oh" and you go "hey" and I go, "oh."
Yes, I'll think of something like that.
Something like that. You know.
Believe it or not, back in the day, I used to go to the beach sometimes with a durag, and on top of the durag, I was wearing a cap.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Pet.
So, I mean, it's the fact that Pet says back in the day for a start, and also, I don't know if you can believe that Pet would be wearing something quite as atrocious as a do-rag and then a cap.
I don't know how.
Yes, I totally
don't know how
can.
My friend used to go with it. Yeah.
He probably kept the sun off the back of his neck.
Next week, if you tune into YouTube, we'll all be wearing them, so that'll be fine. So yes, we are back on the YouTube. Thanks to those people who have been watching us on there. We're also still not neglecting our podcast listeners through the audio waves. We're still here for you. Don't worry.
Pet, does your shelf only make an appearance on special occasions?
Yeah.
I was thinking this is a better studio, but today you got my cupboard in there as well.
To be fair, he has got gaming-related paraphernalia supporting his phone, so it's at the right height for him to record. So
I was going to wear a Persona t-shirt today, but
he didn't.
I hadn't ironed it, so next time.
I was going to wear my Witcher one, but I had this sneaking suspicion Vimesy would be wearing something Witcher-related.
Did we buy that together, Vimesy, by any chance?
We did. We did. On our first date, I believe.
Yeah, EGX, yeah.
You remember it well. Me, you.
Lovely. Don't lick your lips.
That
definitely didn't happen.
I can just picture Pet going, "Yeah, that looks really good on you, mate," and secretly thinking, "I won't be fucking seen dead in that."
While you're sneaking around the back behind a G-rag, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Will you stop it?
Put your G-rag back on, it looks good.
Yeah, he's
you
like...
want me to put it on?
Go on.
He's like, while Vimes is at the Witcher stall, there's Clarkey boogering off around the Gears of War stand.
I mean, it's not really... I wouldn't even describe it as a G-rag. I don't know what you would... It looks like a little bit like...
Buff,
you know the...
Mate, it's a buff. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, who are listening on the audio, Clarkey is now modelling... You have to go to YouTube to watch it, really. Clarkey's now modelling a camo buff.
It's not a buff one. It's a gecko one.
Oh, it's a gecko, sorry. But
I've got a buff one, but it's in my bag.
All you need is a Harley Davidson now. And then the look is complete.
I use it as my face mask.
When you're mugging?
Not mugging, no.
Oh no! Stop. Right. Okay. Moving really swiftly on. Games. It's been a really, really slow news week, as I'm sure you can imagine. So let's get right to it. So first things first. Shock announcement. First thing on something morning. Tuesday morning? Monday morning? Wednesday? I can't remember.
The day before pre-orders.
Yeah, day before pre-orders. So it'll be Monday, I think it was. Microsoft just turned around and casually splashed £7.5 billion on buying the entire ZeniMax catalogue.
I was absolutely crying when I saw that. I just thought, ooh.
Crazy.
I was just like, ouch. I thought the only way they could make this better is if they made everything Xbox exclusive except Fallout 76, which they give to Sony. I thought that.
So yeah, you could now on Xbox look forward to Fallout 5 being cancelled, Elder Scrolls 6 being cancelled, the next Doom game being cancelled.
Well, Pat would be
Don't say that.
Pat would be fine with the next Doom being cancelled after his.
Hashtag bring back Scalebound.
Ooh, harsh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Scalebound.
Yeah, so did everyone else. This came completely out of the blue. I mean, we knew they were on a studio buying hunt, but I thought they might pick up, one of those 8 or 9 that make up ZeniMax rather than, they might have gone and bought Arcane, for example, not the entire back catalogue of everything that's ever been made. So what do we think? I mean, there's obviously lots of rumors around kind of whether anything's going to be exclusive or not, whether they're going to make everything, Xbox only.
I just pictured every Xbox fan ever just reading that tweet and going, right, Sony players, it's my turn.
It's amazing. There's swings and roundabouts on this.
I think it's excellent news for Xbox because
They've got to have something, right?
Yeah, I mean, this generation was really defined by some great PS4 exclusives, and that's why you saw the Sony PlayStation 4 sell so well. You know, from the Uncharted to the Horizons to the Last of Us Remastered and so on. So this news potentially, if it does mean exclusives for Xbox, and that's huge because they've got franchises now. They haven't bought just gaming titles. They bought, like, you don't expect there just to be one Doom and then that's it now. No, there's going to be loads of Elder Scrolls. I don't know if they're going to be exclusive, but potentially it's such a good move for Xbox. I feel it really brings them back in the game, and I
don't know about the whole exclusivity thing. On one hand, I want them to think, you know, stick it to PlayStation. It's your time in the light. But on the other hand, I think, they'll probably, some of the lesser games they'll probably have no problem with. I mean, look, Outer Worlds, that released on everything. The Elder Scrolls, there is no way in hell that will release day and date on PS5 at the same time as Xbox, because that game is a system seller.
Yeah, I mean, I get the impression that, I mean, they'd be crazy not to release it on PlayStation as well as Xbox.
Yeah,
but a timed exclusive to Xbox would, you know, they'll do it as a kind of like, it won't be like, oh, we're launching first. It'll be something like, well, you know, you can get it early on Game Pass or something like that. But also, they don't need to make it exclusive, because if at the end of the day, if you're somebody who's sitting on the fence, you're like, oh, I really want to play Elder Scrolls. Do I spend 70 quid on the PS5 version, or do I just $10 to play, or whatever it is, on Game Pass? Then it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
I did laugh
if you've got the console. If you don't, so this is where it comes in for me. Like, I'm not planning on buying an Xbox at launch, definitely not. And I didn't, and that's the same thing I did this year. I waited a bit till the price dropped, and then I bought it in a Black Friday sale. So on day one, I had the PS4.
Yeah, but that's because you're not what we call a hardcore gamer. You know, that's fine. You're just one of those casual types that just,
a lot of people don't buy two consoles.
Sits around in their pants playing Candy Crush on the toilet. You know, that's what you are.
But what my point is I'll probably do something like that this time around as well. So I'll probably buy the Xbox Series S on a Black Friday. But
don't you think it gets a little bit more complicated when so you walk into a store, okay, and you say, I want to play Elder Scrolls 6, okay, and you walk over and it's like, hey, there's Elder Scrolls 6 over there. I can buy that for 70 quid to play that on my PlayStation that I've got at home, right?
Yeah.
But actually, if I just spend £25 a month, I can get Elder Scrolls playing on my Xbox, and then also all these other games, and the next release that comes out from Bethesda, and the next release that comes out from Machine Games, and the next release that comes out from.
If you got the console, then it makes sense. But I'm talking like, what I'm trying to say is, I don't have the console. So if they come out and they go, Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be a year exclusive on Xbox, I'm not waiting a year to play that. I'm buying the Xbox then and there. Like, that's how big a deal.
If you leave it 3 years, it'll be available on bloody everything, including pregnancy tests. So, you know,
I don't want to wait 3 years to play a game that I loved.
What I did like is the fact that Microsoft now have 2 timed exclusives coming out on PS5.
Yeah, Deathloop. Then
what was it? Ghostwire and something else.
That's it. Ghostwire Tokyo and Deathloop.
Yeah, Deathloop.
Yeah, both coming out on PS5.
Microsoft games play it first on PS5.
But this isn't also, like, I think what people need to realize is this is not something new as well. Like, there is Microsoft games out on PlayStation and on
you got Minecraft.
You got Minecraft. You got South Park: Stick of Truth.
And weirdly, the Minecraft thing's just had its PSVR release, isn't it? It's come out on, PSVR works with Minecraft.
Yeah,
I think today. I think it comes out. And Microsoft don't even have VR on console, so it's a bit, so you can't argue with them for that.
I did send you a quote about that, didn't I, Vimesy? About the lack of VR on Xbox. From my mate Phil.
To be honest, I've got this little filter on my WhatsApp, but anytime VR's mentioned from Clark, it just goes into this thing called bin.
Yeah. I mean, because I was looking at this, I sort of looked at what studios they own. I mean, they own the studios Compulsion Games. That made We Happy Few. That's out on PlayStation. They own Double Fine Productions, which made Psychonauts. That's out on PlayStation.
They're not going to stop any of that.
No. But what it does mean for Microsoft is every time they sell it on PlayStation, when you buy Minecraft on Play, they get a cut.
Yeah.
So it's good for everyone. Like,
but you turn around and if they turn around and say, "Hey, the entire Bethesda back catalog's available on Game Pass," that's not bad.
That's good.
I mean,
it's not bad.
Just in case you haven't got a version of Skyrim, you know.
Can you imagine Microsoft now? They'll be like, "So we're going to do a bit of crossplay this generation." Sony, no, we're not interested in that dangling Elder Scrolls 6 like that over it. You sure?
I don't know. I can't see it happening. But it was, I mean, it was out of the blue. It's a ballsy move. I tell you that. I think it's a great move. And we're not. You know, I think people need to understand if they've listened to this show for a while, they'll know we're not Xbox fanboys. We all have PlayStations. PlayStation's been our main gaming, well, apart from obviously Clark in the Switch, which doesn't really count as a console. You know, that's been our main. His little, the killer! Look at that! It's like if he was the Terminator, his eyes would have just glowed red then. So this is more about, you know, it's nice to see the worm turning a little bit and something going Microsoft's way for a change, even if they had to spend God knows how much money to kind of get that sorted. Astronomical money, but there we go. Rumors abound that they're about to buy Sega.
No, they've debunked that.
Oh, have they? Oh, that'd be fun.
I mean, all this, the circus will start now. Oh, they want to buy Sega. Oh, PlayStation wants to buy Rockstar, and Nintendo, blah, blah, blah. Like, the circus will act now. Like
Rockstar won't sell to nobody.
Oh, can you imagine if Xbox bought Rockstar? Come on.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like, the circus show will act now, and it's like, okay, calm down. I don't think we'll see any more purchases for another year, same to what happened now. But
I reckon they got more at this. I reckon they'll have another one before Christmas. I reckon they'll announce something else.
Really?
Well, the only reason I say that is because they've been quite vocal about how they're still saying they're still looking and they're still actively trying.
I don't want this. I don't want. We're going to end up with two companies owning every.
No. Well, you got to anyway, mate. Have you not seen Blade Runner? I mean, this is how it happens.
Yeah,
the corporations take over the world. You know.
Yeah.
Look, I think I would be more worried. I would be more worried if it was PlayStation buying these, because PlayStation will keep it on the one console. You pay the PlayStation tax, whereas Microsoft at the moment, anyway. I mean, they might change this in the future, but have been very vocal about how they want everyone to be able to play everything wherever they want to play it, as long as they're getting their cut, you know. So at least I know if Microsoft buy up a studio at the moment, the chance of me playing it on another system is likely. Whereas if PlayStation buys something, you can forget about it.
But I don't know if I buy that, Wimsey, you know, because they're saying that now because they lost this console generation. The PlayStation outsold it 3-1.
I think, so it's like, I know, but I think we're saying
Sony would be saying the same thing. Sony would have a completely different view if they got outsold 3-1. They'll be like, "Oh,
they might do." I just think Xbox are fighting a different fight, mate.
Yeah, but they've been forced to fight that fight. That's what I'm saying.
I think they just turned around. They've kind of gone. They've actually outthought Sony, and just kind of gone. Yeah, we can't really pump. You know, we're going to get pummeled if we go at them like this. So actually, we're just going to step away from this fight, and we're just going to go around the back and screw them at the arse.
Yeah,
because that's the way to do it. You know?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit like the Nintendo attitude, to be honest. Like, kind of the principle of you do what you're doing.
Yeah,
you know, we're not. I
mean, you remember when it wasn't the N64. Maybe it was when the Wii came out and everyone was like going, "Oh, they're bringing a console out," and then they released the specs of the Wii and they go like, "Well, that's not going to compete with the Xbox and the PlayStation 2."
We're not trying to compete.
And then it sold out. Yeah, then it sold out for two Christmases on the trot.
Yeah, but I mean, that was just because they had that funny board and Wii Sports. That was it, really. Every time the eyes glow, I tell you. So yeah, it's exciting times. So then, next day, 8:00 on the dot, Xbox pre-orders go live. I imagine everybody here, being the avid hardcore gamers what we are, influencers, some would call us, you know, enthusiasts even, rush to pre-order an Xbox console.
Smoothest experience I've ever had.
Really? I've met your wife.
Really?
So, Clarky, what did you? How was your Xbox pre-order
I clicked
experience?
I clicked on it on Amazon and pressed pre-order.
Wow,
That does sound smooth. What time were you on? Eight at the door.
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's probably why. 5 minutes later, you would have been in the shit show like everyone else.
Well, me, I was scouring around because obviously I couldn't find it on Amazon because Amazon didn't even have the page live until 8 o'clock. So if you went into Amazon like 7:30,
you had to.
You have to have the special link.
No, what it was is if you find, if you click on an item and it'll tell you who made it at the top of the page.
Yeah.
What I did, I just clicked on a random like Xbox console or something and then clicked at the top of the page where it said, oh, made by Xbox, clicked on that. And then it came up with their kind of storefront, if you will. And then it's like, all right, meet the new generation 8 consoles or whatever.
Are you sure you didn't buy the Xbox One?
No, I'm not one of those people.
It's really easy.
I wonder how many people got, oh my God, it's come early.
Came the next day. What's going on? I've plenty of time to wrap that for little Johnny's Christmas.
It's like that Simpsons episode, isn't it? When he opens the game, it's like, oh, thanks, Mom. Lee Carvello's putting challenge.
Anyway, so mine was a little different because I didn't trust that I'd be able to find the Amazon page, and Clarky wasn't being particularly helpful at that time in the morning.
Mate, it's pre-order dates, every man for himself.
Exactly. Clarky's bought 8. No. So I ended up, for some reason, I went to Argos, and their page was actually live, and you could add it to your basket.
But
from about 7:45 or something like that. So I had it in my basket, but it got to the bit where do you want it delivered or do you want to pick it up? And you couldn't get past that page. And then at 8 o'clock, it just popped through and I was like, oh, lovely, bought. So that's done. So I went for the S version, the white speakerphone version, the one that looks like a Spinatone phone from like whenever. Clarky, I presume you went Big Daddy.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, see,
I went Series X, you went Series S for standard.
Yeah, that's because it's going in. The reason I went for the S is because it's predominantly going to be sitting in the playroom.
I ended up taking Pet's advice. If I'd have gone for the S, I'd have just been sat there looking at it, thinking, knowing I got a lesser product.
Definitely, because you haven't bought the PlayStation, you might as well spend a bit more money and buy the full spec Xbox. Like, I think
I'm all about owning the most powerful games console of this next generation. So
But you don't have a PC.
The games console vibes there, they specify that.
It's basically what my PC is at the moment.
With its 1 terabyte hard drive and not random 825
Mine's got a 3 terabyte hard drive.
gigabyte.
Mine's got a 3 terabyte hard drive. How's yours doing?
But my point is, if Vimesy bought the Xbox X and the PlayStation 5 disc version, I would have dissed you for spending $1,000 on the consoles.
You spend that on shoes in a weekend.
Yeah, you spend that on shoes and a scarf.
Yeah, which Clarky's is now wearing on his head. Oh man, it is the snot rag from hell. I thought it was camo. It's not, is it? It's just dried snot.
It's urban camo.
Oh god.
Where do you live?
Are you off to war later?
He's going over there to. No, I'm not going to go there.
I was walking for the train the other day. Some guy stopped me and tried to have me out for a scrap.
Oh, I thought you were going to say chucked you a few coppers.
I got a really weird conversation the other day, Clarky, as well. Just at my local Shell station, I was walking to my car and like a little van, like a small van, not a van. I don't know what you call them. What is the cars called? It's like half van,
half biscuit.
Is that the ones I mean? Huh?
So a little bit of music.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like a little.
But anyway, like
that van.
Yeah, like the little vans. He stopped me and he goes, "Are you from here, mate?" So I thought he was going to ask me for directions. So I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, I'm selling a TV." I said, "Oh, okay, I don't want one." And he goes, "Brand new?" As if I would have been like, "Oh, right then, if it's brand new."
But what was
that's
it?
such a weird conversation.
But what was it? That could have been like a Bang & Olufsen,
But he said it to me as if I was a dickhead. Like, it's brand new. Brand new, you idiot.
Pat, what were you wearing? Were you wearing the double denim you're wearing now? Looking like you're an extra out of Bewitched.
I'm not wearing double denim. I'm wearing black trousers.
You do actually. That if you ever seen the Bewitched video with the boys in it, and he's hiding up a tree or something like that. It's where you're going at the moment, Pet.
I'm not wearing double denim.
Don't show me that. I don't need to see.
Oh, come on.
We're on YouTube now, Pet. You can't go around doing that.
Black trousers. I know, that's such a weird. What is going on with? I think Clarky, the epidemic is sending people mental. Like the driving crazy as well.
What happened with me is, can you hear me? Because you're both like frozen.
Oh, we can hear you.
Well,
yeah.
frozen as in let it go. Let it go.
Yeah, something like that. I was walking down. I was walking down through town to get the train.
And he's gone.
There he goes.
He's back again.
He's back, but this time he's on to bottom.
I know.
Hang on, we'll have to move all this around. There. Oh, no, it's gone down there.
There we go.
What's going on?
I don't know.
Well, we're going all over the place. Oh, man. Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it, Clarky.
Can you hear me?
It's brand new.
It's brand new. Yeah, I was walking down through town to get the train, and some guy was walking up the other way, and he just looked at me and went, do I know you? And I just went, no, mate. He went, well, stop fucking looking at me, else I'll twat you. And I just went, what? Anyway, the thing is, he was pulling one of those baskets. I said, what the fuck are you going to do? Hit me with your shopping basket? And he just walked off grumbling to himself.
I can't believe he would say that to you, because you are like the tallest, biggest man. How big was he? Was he bigger than you?
It was short. You know, one of them people that like.
Those are the ones you got to watch, though, mate.
Yeah,
I'm telling you. Seriously.
I think people are going nuts.
I thought, can you imagine if the police had driven past and he'd started on me? There's no way they'd believe that he was the aggressor. It was like having a Jack Russell.
No, I've got this picture.
Trousers.
You know those things in the cartoons where you see the bloke with just his arm outstretched and the guy's forehead in it, and he's like little fists are spinning trying to reach him. That's
it was.
What's that about the TV though? Like as well, I've never experienced.
Mate, seriously, I'm not being funny. You should have said, "What is it?"
Yeah, what make?
Why? I don't want to buy a TV.
Oh, that's a good point. Actually, you're not buying the new consoles, are you? So you don't need a decent telly.
I've got a decent telly though, but I just found it so weird. Like, and the opening question: are you from around? Was it matter if I'm from around here or not? Then.
Well,
I'm not
probably because he's probably nicked it
foot.
from Hammersmith and wants to make sure it's not yours he's nicked.
Can I ask a question to Mr. Pet there?
Mr. Pet.
Yeah.
How are you going to feel on like console launch day when like we're sat playing on shit and you've got nothing?
Practically, probably richer is how he'll feel, Clarky. He'll have a new pair of shoes. Don't worry.
It's going to be heartbreaking. It's going to be absolutely heartbreaking. I'm going to be trembling.
Have you not got
what can I do?
Did you not get a PlayStation on order?
No. I got
is that because Clarky's supposed to be sending you one? Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
I got the headset. I got the controller, and I've got Spider-Man coming.
He's just going to be sat there with the controller crying. Right, calm. Oops, right, Shaniqua, you control the game on PS4, and I'll pretend I'm playing it with my PS5.
I tell you what, I would love it if his neighbour's got one and Pet's there playing with his controller. He's going, stroking it, and his neighbour's next door going,
I'll be playing the old
with my console?
Going, it's the remaster. It just doesn't look great. What can I say?
Oh, I don't believe you.
But yeah, I got the other stuff coming. So I'll just wait till I get the console. At least I'm opening something on the day, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm experiencing the new
he's got the wheels. The rest of the car comes later.
Surely that's well where he lives. That's about standard. But isn't that worse? Oh look, I've opened this control. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm going to wear my headset. Oh, is this? And now I'm going to stare at my telly, which isn't a new one because I turned that bloke down in the van. But I've got nothing to play it on.
Single tear rolling down.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm sure Shaniqua's got it sorted. I know her. She'll pull some string. She'll literally bend over backwards to get you one. I'm sure. Don't worry about it.
Big supporter of your gaming, isn't she? So I'm sure she'll sort that out. No problem.
All over it, mate. All over it. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. I'll just wait. I think pre-orders will become available again.
It doesn't matter, Pat. It doesn't matter because luckily for you, segue, Amazon have come to your rescue. All you've got to do is move to the United States of America under Trump's oppressive reign and sign up to Amazon's new Luna service. this is right up your alley, and to tell you more about it, I'll pass you to Clarky because I didn't read the email. So, Clarky.
What? It wasn't an email, it was a live stream where they announced all the crap they're releasing over the next few months.
Oh.
Yeah, so this is their take on Stadia. It's called Luna. Very nice. Works through their
Stadia worked so well.
Oh yeah.
Why is it called Luna?
No, I don't know. It's like a hip sounding name, maybe.
Is that like a space word? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it kind of means moon, like doesn't it?
But it's LUNA, isn't it?
Yeah, so what they're offering for a flat subscription rate of, and this is in dollars, Vimesy, $5.99.
All over it, mate. All over it.
Early access.
Like £4.
It looks like they're giving you access to quite a lot of decent games, unlike Stadia, who basically give you shit games like, you know, Jetpack Joyride and all that sort of thing.
Crazy Taxi and Super Mario 64.
I think with this, I was seeing stuff like Control, Resi 7. You know, I think they've got some deal going with Ubisoft as well. I saw their name mentioned a few times.
So they've got.
We played all those games years ago, though.
To give you a heads up, right? So basically, this is a. Did you say $5.99? That'll probably go up when it obviously launches after early access. So I've games I can see on their splash screen. Control is there. Resident Evil 7. You've got the Surge 2. Basically all Game Pass games. Metro Exodus, Abzu, Lumines, Overcooked 2, Rime, Res, Infinite.
Lumines, that's a good game.
Ukuleles, Impossible Lair, Sonic Mania, Grid, Tales of Vesperia. I think it might be Tales of Vesperia. It's one of the Tales game anyway.
We've got all these games.
Bloodstained, stuff like that. But
so what's going on? Like, is this? They just give you a controller, do they? And it's just
you don't even need the controller.
No, they have a controller. You can use any Bluetooth enabled controller, but they have a controller coming out. It kind of looks like a cool version of the Stadia one.
But there's not a console. Is there a console?
No, you just use your Fire Stick, I think, if you want to run it through your TV.
So basically what it says here is early access pricing, unlimited hours of play, so you're not capped. Growing library of games, obviously, up to 1080p, 60 frames per second, so up to, but 4K coming soon. Stream on 2 devices at a time, which is pretty epic. So if you've got, kids, it's like you want to play a game on there and they want to play on something else, it's great. Play on PC, Mac, Fire TV, and web apps for iPhone and iPad, which I think is pretty good.
For iPhone, web apps, what do you mean, play on iPhone? Because Game Pass doesn't work on iPhone, right?
No, no. Web apps means it's not going to be something that's in the App Store.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Microsoft have their thing that you can, I can't remember the name of it. I was on the bloody beta as well, where you can stream
on Android devices.
Stream to Cloud.
iOS, isn't it? But then they also have an Ubisoft thing. Where they're going to have ultimate editions with DLC. So this sounds a bit like the Ubisoft thing that I signed up to ages ago and then cancelled because I realised I was being stupid. Where you can get the ultimate editions with DLC, you get all the 4K stuff, stream on one device at a time. So they're doing this thing called channels. So they'll have like the Ubisoft channel. So I think it's like you can subscribe to like whatever it is, $6 a month for the the base thing.
You've got like
but then you might be able to top up and say for an extra $4 a month or whatever, you can subscribe to the
Ubisoft channel.
Or the Bethesda channel or the Xbox channel or whatever it is, right? So they're going to be doing that. Interesting timing, just after the other two consoles, like Microsoft and Sony have kind of like done their releases the very next day. I never like to save me from. Sorry, I don't remember that.
I never trust like stuff like this though.
No, I've had to go on a couple of these, and they get in there, but they're not quite.
But is it also like I feel like this stuff happens always like at the end of a generation. Then someone will come up, whether it's an Ouya or whatever it is, and they'll go like, "Oh, all these generation games you can play now," and then we've all moved on to like next generation games, and they're still wondering why that's not working.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason for it. It's just that they don't work very well. I mean, I
can't stream an action game.
No,
from my downstairs to my upstairs very well, let alone kind of.
I mean, I got good internet, believe it or not, and
Sorry, what happened about 5 minutes ago?
I think that this laptop of mine only has 2.4 gig Wi-Fi. It's complicated, Ramsey.
Yeah.
So, and I've tried playing some games, and yeah, they work, but there's little bits where they cut out. You can see the resolution drop for a few seconds, and it's like, you're not quite there yet, are you?
No, but it looks.
So what?
I mean, as far as it goes, compare it to its rival Stadia, and already it's far more bloody interesting. Because Stadia is what you have to pay a subscription and then pay purchase price for games up front as well. I mean, this is Netflix streaming, isn't it?
I would hope that Stadia kind of respond to this with something, because if they don't, they're pretty much fucked,
dead in the water, aren't they? Really? I mean, they are.
What was they doing next gen games though as well? Weren't they doing like the new Assassin's Creed, or did I make that up?
Well, they've got the Ubisoft channel on Luna or whatever, aren't they? I think Stadia have got what was it? Watch Dogs they were promoting at the time or something. So they're going to have Ubi games as well.
There's nothing to say this Luna thing's not going to have current games on it as well.
But you got to remember, Ubisoft will sell themselves to anybody. They are right sluts. They will just any platform, anything, any whatever. Again, Ubisoft will put themselves on anything.
Go on.
Clarky, how come our internet can work fine for streaming Netflix at like 4K and stuff, but we can't run games? Why?
I love how he asks Clarky this. Go on then, mate.
I think it's to do with the amount of data coming down and what have you. Because when Netflix
good technical answers.
There we go. Because when you're watching Netflix, you're doing just that. You're just pressing a button once and then you're watching it. All it's doing is just bringing the data onto your screen. If you're playing a game, it's got to take into account things like latency. You're pressing your controller buttons and that responding, sending it to and fro.
Okay.
You had a better answer, Ramsey?
Is that correct, Ramsey?
What he said.
Yeah, I thought so. I think this aside,
it just seems weird, Clarky, that they keep releasing these devices and they just don't we can't, unless you're in Japan, we ain't got the infrastructure to run these.
No.
No, Ramsey?
We're getting
you said
there.
You can't stream
we're so on
house.
the cusp. I mean, where you are, you must be able to get mega super duper hooper broadband, right?
Really?
So he lives over a little.
It's the 40 wiring in England. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, here we go again. Here we go. Oh, I forgot.
That's what I'm saying. Or maybe South Korea.
Yeah, in Japan, where they all live in houses made of paper. Yeah, go on.
Well, it's easy for the signal to get through, isn't it, Clark?
Yeah.
No, I think we are getting. I mean, you've got to remember when. Oh, what was it before Ouya? When we first went.
It was called.
It was brilliant. It was really good, and they did the whole. They had a little console type thing, and they had a controller for it.
Oh, what was it called? Game Live
something or other, wasn't it? It was brilliant. It was really good. I had it, and I had at that time I had something like a really crappy 5-6 meg service or something like that, and it was pretty dire. But you could kind of play it, but the resolution was like a Casio watch. But the ideas they had, where it was literally you could be playing a game and you could immediately stream it, or someone could come and help you, or you could pull out and you could go straight into someone else's. It was amazing. The infrastructure they had for it, the way it worked was really, really good. And if they've done that now, if it
but
works,
they are doing it.
Well, but they're not doing it as. I don't think they're doing it as well, and it's really annoying because.
It's the same for the PS Vita. I don't know if you guys ever did use your PS Vita outside the house.
Fucking episode.
Well, it's true. It never worked well for me on the. You could connect. You could use your.
You could stop
Vita
there. It never works well.
PlayStation 4. It just never worked well. You would have moments where it would work, and then all of a sudden, no, you don't have good signals.
You could sit your Vita on top of the PS4 and it wouldn't work properly.
It's so weird. So weird. What? And they actually promoted it for a long time as, for a second, take your PlayStation 4 wherever you want. Quite lucky if it would work or not.
And from this Amazon thing, the creepiest thing I saw, and this wasn't gaming related, is how they do these Ring doorbells.
Oh my god, the drone.
Yeah, they've got this indoor surveillance camera, but what it is, it's a drone that like lifts off a dock and like patrols around your house. I was like, oh, that's creepy. That's Amazon taking it to the next level.
I don't.
You imagine you're in bed getting frisky with the missus, and you suddenly hear the what's that?
Again, it's like that episode of Simpsons when they do that to Homer and Marge, and like there's a camera in a pigeon,
Yeah.
and the guy just looking.
What was it? What was that? Nothing. Go back to sleep.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
Yeah.
I'm watching you through a camera. Yeah. What a great episode. We should review Simpsons. That's what we should do.
Well,
the first 10 years of it anyway.
Yeah. Forget the later episodes. See, that's what I'm talking about. Corporations. Disney bought Simpsons. Now, I wasn't happy with that. Straight away, I thought, oh no, here we go. Even when the Disney bought Fox, like it's just this whole. I know I'm going back and forth.
Does that mean that Patty and Selma are now officially Disney princesses?
Oh no, they're not. See my daughter dressing up as one of them. Yeah. Nah,
buying the dolls from Disneyland with the cigarettes in the mouth.
Yeah, but
I mean, to be fair, Pet's theory holds some more. I mean, look what they did to Star Wars. I mean, although to be fair,
I read
kind of fucked that
they bought Star Wars for like $3 billion, and just put that into perspective, $4 billion. Microsoft bought Bethesda for 7.5. Like,
that's like apparently Star Wars is already the back 4.8, so they've already made their money back and then some since they bought it a few years ago. So yeah, they did all right out of that one. I mean, I'm sure Lucas ain't complaining that much, is he? But there we go. So yeah, so we've had Xbox buying Bethesda and ZeniMax. We've had the Xbox launch. I did see one
of you commented on earlier. Is this a big deal? Football Manager on the Xbox?
Was it not on the Xbox all this time?
No, it used to be on the Xbox. I had it on. I had it on the original Xbox, and it's probably just going to be like the touch version or something. They're not confirmed. I don't think which version of it's going to be. But it's not been on console for a long time.
Is it not?
No, probably not for. I'm way out on a limb here, guys. But I'm feeling the last one was like 2006, maybe 2007. I think was the last time there was an Xbox or PlayStation.
Stop press.
Go on.
More PS5 pre-orders available in the US, UK, and Canada starting Friday. Pet.
He's either frozen. The picture that's frozen of him at the moment looks like he's kind of battling his inner demons, trying to work out whether or not he should be. Clarky, don't just take a photograph. That's really like. Oh, he's gone.
Oh,
what is it with you? There he is. Who rang you?
Sorry. No.
Who rang you? You can't see it, Clark. Oh yeah, that's it. He looks like what's his name in Ghost when he's doing his sort of
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah. It's not going to work, Clark. It's not going to work.
I can't see.
I can
see my hair.
Yeah, that's all anyone can see, Pat. Don't worry.
It's about as good as one of your avatars.
You'll just send it through on WhatsApp, mate. It'll be fine. But no, Clarky just interrupted for a news flash saying there's going to be more PS5 pre-orders available on tomorrow. So, you know.
Oh, do you know what time, Clarky?
No, because you froze and I came off the page. Sorry, mate.
That's okay.
I was just doing a really interesting, informative news article, and he interrupted me with that, and you weren't even there to listen to it.
Hold on. I think I've got it. There we go. No, forget it.
Bimsy, please tell me about your interesting news article.
In the UK, Game have confirmed it will have stock starting tomorrow. Nah.
I don't trust Game. I'll turn up and not have a coffee.
I would be more. I would say that there's more chance of a PS5 falling out of the sky and landing in my hands than there is of anybody who's pre-ordered one actually getting it.
Can I just say that I was correct, that Microsoft, this will be the first time that Football Manager's been on the Xbox since 2007. So
how come it comes out on handhelds though? Because it comes out on the Switch,
comes
the
out on
iPhone,
mobile.
the iPad.
It's come out on Switch because I've got it on Switch.
Comes out on Vita as well.
I think I've got it on Switch. I've got it on iPad, PC, Switch. I think, yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, if it I tweeted him back saying if this comes out on Game Pass, it's going to be like the drug dealer standing on the school gates offering out freebies. It's going to be awful. If you go, I'll just download this, see what this Football Manager is all about, just for a quick half hour to see what it's like. And it's going to be like you have one of those time lapse videos of 30 years passing by, and the guy's like, "Where's all my family gone?" Yeah, that's good news. That's good, and I hope it comes to Game. I don't think it will come to Game Pass, but I wish it did because that would be brilliant. Because I wouldn't have to pay for it. What else? Well, let's talk about because we haven't done this for a while. Let's talk briefly about what we've actually been playing, because we haven't actually done that for the last few weeks because we've been totally sort of like next gen. So, Pat, you've been balls deep in all sorts of games, I bet.
Yes, in games, yes. I've been playing.
Nice. Nice.
It's all in the timing. Said your missus.
I completed. Be proud of it. I completed
Link's. She said.
Awakening. I completed Zelda: Link's Awakening on the Switch.
Oh, goody! Even that bloody stupid bird tower.
Yeah. I did all of it. Yeah.
Bloody stupid bird tower.
Yeah, Halo walked through it.
What a fantastic game! I don't know why I've said this to Clarky. Like the top-down Zelda, they really they touch me like not like the 3D ones.
I wish top-down Zelda had touched me too.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like the 3D ones don't really kind of resonate with me as much as the top-down ones do. Top-down, I just adore them. It's a complete
matrix from now on because Clarky's just not going to be able to concentrate if you keep calling him top-down. I thought this was a beautiful game, right? And this is my apart from Breath of the Wild and Wind Waker. So this is like my first 2D, whatever you want to call it, top-down, isometric, whatever, Zelda game. And I didn't see what was so special.
Oh, no.
It was good. Don't get me wrong. I played it. I finished it. I thought the story took a surprising twist at the end. I'm not going to ruin it for anybody else who played it. But I was a bit like, and which is weird because they tell you about it all the way through the game. You just don't think it's, Yeah. Anyway, it's beautiful.
I don't think you're not in you're with the majority though. Like I think the majority is like you that prefer the 3D Zelda games, isn't it, Clarky?
I don't say I prefer it.
No.
You got to remember, I got like halfway. Well, I think Water Temple in Wind Waker. I think Breath of the Wild. I've tried like 3 times to get into Breath of the Wild, but it needs to sort itself out.
It doesn't need to sort anything out.
It does. It needs to get a bloody narrative or something.
It's got a narrative. The narrative is literally all around you.
I think for me, Vimesy, the difference I see is, and I don't mean this in a bad way because I'm saying I adore the top-down ones. I don't want Zelda fans go mental. But I there's a simplicity there which
That's
why
I don't
really
get it,
like.
you see. Yeah.
Simplicity. Yeah. I'm liking this.
That's why Clarky likes it.
No, but you know what I mean, Clarky? Like the 3D one for me gets a little bit more complicated, not in a good way for me. Like I know for some other people it probably make.
So you're saying Breath of the Wild was shit too? Good, right? That's good. That's
no,
solid.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying
that's what he said. That's basically what he just said.
Yeah, moving on.
What?
Everyone heard it.
They're just much simpler dungeons and stuff, and it's just a little bit more obvious where you should go, and it's less vertical.
Don't get me wrong. I thought it was a really good game. I enjoyed it. I just didn't see what. I don't know what I was because it had been so hyped up beforehand, I think, and because it looked so beautiful. I mean, that is a stunning game. Just the colors just kind of bam, you know, they're just beautiful game. But I don't know what I just was expecting something mind-blowingly something or other. So it was going to make me go, wow, this is why people really like playing Zelda games. And I didn't get that.
This game came out on the Game Boy.
Yeah, I know. But I don't know.
It blew people's minds back then because simply on the game, I'll tell you why. On the Game Boy, this small little console, an open world. Like, firstly, an open world like that is like, it was crazy.
You
to see
say
that. Like,
open world is a bit like bloody Monster Hunter, where you went off the edge of the screen and then it kind of, and we go there.
Yeah. I mean, that is the thing I love about the new 2D ones, where the camera just follows you everywhere you go. Like, that is the best update and revision, because it's so annoying, the screen following you. But you could still go wherever you want. You could click and see the map, and you could go, right, I'm going to go all the way.
It did get bloody annoying. You had to go backtrack everywhere all the time, and then go back again and go over there, and then you weren't quite sure.
It's not like you're in Skyrim vibes.
No, I know, and I know it's not holding your hand and it's all that kind of stuff. But that bird tower can do one.
No, but again, Vimesy, like, the game is held back by. I'm not saying it's the best 2D Zelda game I've ever played.
I'm not playing another one. Until they remake it and make it look pretty.
Well, you should, because Clarky knows what the best 2D Zelda game is, and it's the last 2D Zelda game that came out, which was amazing, which is Link Between Worlds. Now that is brilliant. A diamond, but absolutely stunning. But this is, for everything it's got good, it's also got the old mechanics that were invented 20 years ago. Is it more than 20? Wait, it's more than 20 years ago, isn't it, Clarky?
No, I think it was about 20 years ago.
What, the year 2000 it came out on Game Boy? Can't be.
Not much has changed, but they live underwater.
Must be. I know that reference. But anyway, my point is, it's held back by stuff like, walking back on yourself, needing to get this item, this fetch item, to get that fetch item, to get that. Cool.
I mean, I remember when they brought it out, and I watched like a comparison. Like, someone did like a, how has it changed from the original? Because I was quite interested. I'd never played it, obviously, so I was like, I wonder how it's changed from the thing. And the quality of life stuff they did to it, which would have driven me fucking mental had I played it on Game Boy. The fact that, like, you could only have 2 things mapped.
Wow.
93, bloody hell.
The black and white one. I know it later came out on coloured and stuff, on the coloured Game Boy, but 93.
Wow.
1993.
Yeah. So you enjoyed it though, right?
Oh, yeah, I love those games. It's not the best 2D Zelda game I've ever played. Like I said, it's not probably even the second best one I played. The second best is probably the other Link. I can't remember what it's called. It's not Link to the Past. Yeah, Link to the Past. But I still think it's the best Zelda game I've played it since Wind Waker. That's what I think. I do prefer it to Breath of the Wild. But this is what I love about this series. Like, I really feel like it's two. Don't get me wrong, Clark. I love Breath of the Wild, but it is 2 completely different games. Yeah, like, it might as well. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's completely different mechanics. The only thing that's similar is the characters, the gaming mechanics, the way you move around the world, the way you interact with stuff. It's completely different. It is a completely different game. I love both, but I just adored 2D Zelda. Even the bloody Triforce game I liked. Do you remember that? We played at EGX once as well.
Oh, yeah.
We say we played it, mate. We lasted about 3 seconds, and that bloke got really pissed with us because he queued for ages.
It's embarrassing. But the Minish Cup and stuff like this, they're fantastic Zelda games. I would love for them to keep on doing this route and go and remake.
Yeah, I got no problem with people reinventing games from that people haven't played. I'd like to see a really good, like, original Deus Ex.
That's what I was going to say.
Proper remake, though. A proper remake.
It's great doing forget the remakes. That's what it's good seeing the remakes, but we need something like a Link Between Worlds, like a new top-down Zelda game, a new experience no one's had. Borrow from the past, just like Link's.
Well, I mean, it's basically when I want a new, when I want a new Deus Ex, what I'm talking about is basically what Cyberpunk looks like it's going to be. So I'm okay with that. But I kind of get when people say, oh, they want, like Tetris is a good example of this with Tetris Effect, because it's the same game, but it's just lifted up and made into something that works better. You know what I mean? It not works better. That's the wrong word, but it doesn't change the core gameplay at all.
No.
but
No.
it does. They couldn't have done this on the Game Boy, obviously, and they've just
Yeah.
made it better without any detriment whatsoever to the actual game.
But I would say that's what Link's Awakening did.
Yeah, they made some small quality of life changes to it, like the fact that you can flip your inventory on the fly and you can have it assigned to more than one bloody button. They did lots of little things like that, but they didn't change what's the core, the core gameplay.
No.
So for someone like you guys who've played it 20, how many years ago it was, you're playing the same game, but it probably feels like how you remember it.
Yeah.
Rather than how it actually was. So
yeah. Like we said, even A Link Between Worlds, it felt like something we had already played. At least it did to me, Clark. I don't know about you, but it at the moment, I thought when I first started playing, I thought this was a direct remake of Link to the Past. It was that similar until you get the whole mechanic of. And then it changed it. The whole mechanic
2D Link.
You become this cartoon, and so that was great. Like stuff that wasn't back in the game. Like you clinged onto the walls and you could run around in this sideways, a little bit like Link Zelda 2. It became like that sort of game. But I love Switch. I love Nintendo for bringing stuff back like this.
You wait till Xbox buy them.
No chance.
How much do you think Nintendo are worth?
A lot.
More than 7.5 billion?
A lot.
If Bethesda 7.5 billion, Nintendo is crazy money.
I would fucking love it. I would fucking love it. If Microsoft come out the day before PlayStation launches and just go, by the way, we bought Nintendo. And that's now the Xbox Switch.
They can't buy Nintendo.
It's not a monopoly. They're still Sony.
No, there's some weird law that prevents.
Japanese law, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
No, that's fair enough. Anything else you've been playing then, Pet?
I've been playing a little bit of this, a little bit of that as well. I've been playing the new Catherine, Catherine Full Body. So
Heavy Catherine.
Heavy Catherine.
Even heavier Catherine.
Which is good, but also bad in a way, because I didn't realize this was happening in this game. I actually thought, I didn't read too much about it. So for anyone who doesn't know, I absolutely adore Catherine.
Everyone knows that, mate.
Yeah, I played it on PS3. I loved it. I re-bought the special edition on PS4, and then I bought it again on Switch. I wanted the PS Vita version, but it didn't release in Europe, only released in Japan, which is so annoying. But anyway, but I actually thought it's the same game, right? But they've like enhanced it for this gen, and they brought a new character into the game.
Called?
And I thought the new
Kathy
called Catherine. So you got another Catherine. Well,
is that with a C, with a K, or with a what?
With a Q, I think.
Catherine.
She got a lift.
She got a lift. That's what I want to know. Hello, my name's Catherine.
Your girlfriend's Catherine with a K. Your love interest is Catherine with a C. And this girl is always called Rin. And I'm just up to the stage now where I find out her name is Catherine. I'm about 4 hours in.
Must have been a hard thing to guess that.
Yeah, so I think it's
what are the odds? Chris Eubanks misses.
I can't remember, to be honest. Let me get back to you. I thought it was with Q. I might be wrong. What else could it be with? Can't be with a H.
Let's just
Anyway, but
I'm not going to Google it.
She's not. I thought what happened here. The reason I wanted to buy it again was I thought it was going to be another like love interest, but instead of like a duo, it was going to be like a trio situation. So, but it's not that. Like whatever, a foursome, yeah. Like the previous one was a threesome, but it's like this.
What ending did you get? Don't say a happy one.
Okay, so this is what happened, yeah. Actually, guys, this is a good situation. I played the game first time round.
Shaniqua think this is a good situation.
Mate, okay, so basically what happened, yeah, when I played this back in the day on PS3, I was going through a little bit of an effed up situation in my personal life, which I could relate to in the game. I don't want to go into too much detail, but stuff was going on in the game. And I was playing the game. I was playing the game all the way through the way I wanted, the way I was doing it in real life, basically, yeah.
Wow.
So like sometimes you can clock what they want you to answer, and I wouldn't answer that. If that's not how I feel, I'm not going to answer that. Do you know what I mean? So I would answer, because there's different endings. And basically, I played it all the way through as I was acting in real life, and I got the worst ending you can get in the game. Like, out of all the endings, I got
And
the
you
worst
still
ending.
haven't
I'm
learned.
not playing it like that.
Wow.
No, I have learned now. I'm answering completely differently. But what I did do is I started writing down my questions to ask you guys as well about what you would answer. So let me just try and find them.
Sorry, Pat, you've frozen, mate. It's gone. For some reason, Clarky, can you see him? Because he appears to have vanished from my screen.
No, it's just in that weird position.
No audio.
This was my first question. Everyone gets different questions. Yeah, this was my first question.
God.
Do you look for appearance or personality in a relationship?
In a relationship? In a relationship?
Yeah.
Personality.
Clarky?
Just going out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Personality, mate.
See, it shows you how many people answered. I answered appearance, and I'll tell you why. Because
you're a selfish little shit.
No, because everyone who answers relationship, appearance, personality, is a liar. You two are both lies, and I saw the results when I ended it. It was like 90% answered. No, I'll tell you why you're lying. Here we go. Because there's no way you started a relationship with a girl that you had no.
Now this is where you've not read the question.
When you meet someone,
Pat, you've not read the question. Read the question. What does the question say?
Do you look for appearance or personality in a relationship?
In a relationship.
Yeah.
In a relationship, I look for personality. In the first 4 dates, I'm looking for appearance.
No, but the first time you meet her,
if she wins that and gets through her personality
when she's sitting at the bottom. How do you know her personality when she's sitting at the bottom?
No. When I'm hooking up, I'm looking for attractiveness. I'm looking for looks. When I'm looking for a relationship, she's got to make it through the personality
No, but when you're looking
test.
but when you look at the girl at the bar, and you decide whether you go on, you only
that's basically all on appearance, mate,
on look.
But that's not a relationship, Pet. This is where you've been going wrong in life.
No, but you go there to build relations.
No. Pat, that's sexual relations. That's not a relationship. That's a Bill Clintonism, okay? Right?
Bill Clintonism. I don't agree.
In a relationship, I'm looking for personality. For a bunk up round the back of the pub, I'm looking for appearance or just basically someone who'll say yes.
No, but how did you I'm not going to go into how you met your wife, but you did not go up to your wife thinking she looks like she's got a nice personality.
It was dark. There was a hole.
Broom cupboard.
Okay, question 2. Does life begin or end with marriage?
End.
That's what I answered.
I can't hear you.
No, just wait, Pet, just wait a minute. Vines' missus is close by. Just give him a minute.
Does life begin or end with marriage? I'll tell you. You answer me.
It definitely begins.
It can't begin, because if it begins at marriage, that means you haven't lived. So I don't know why 90% of people. Are you telling me now I'm not married? Are you telling me I haven't lived?
Mate, I didn't know what life was till I met my wife.
No, what do you mean? I'm not married. Are you saying to me that life hasn't begun?
It's only just begun.
No, that's why I can't say. That's why I don't know why 90% of people answered thing again. Next question. If you could spend the night with someone, what type of person would you choose to be with?
One night.
Someone pure.
One night.
Yeah. If you spend the night.
Bitch I could find. Where you gone, Pat?
The possible answers
was one of them the dirtiest bitch I could find.
See, the problem is, if that's how you really
give
feel.
Us the answers.
No, but this is what I did in the first time round. Yeah, if you answer how you really feel, you get penalised in the game. That's not fair. Why am I getting penalised for answering truthfully to myself?
Because you're an arsehole.
What's the answers?
No, I didn't answer that.
Because men are arseholes.
If you could spend the night with someone, it shows you the female answers online, what they answered, and what the male answers separately. So it does show you female and things.
Sorry,
anyway,
have you ever played an MMO? Do you know most female players are actually men, right?
Well, that's...
Look at him, he can't believe it. He's like, what?
I'm just going on the information it's given me. It's saying,
I've been in so many chat rooms with... Go on.
Anyway, if you could spend the night with someone, what type of person would you choose to be with? Someone pure or a player?
A player?
I said someone pure. Because
I ain't going with a player. A player is you. I ain't spend the night with you.
No, a female.
She's not a player. I wouldn't class it. I thought a player.
Is there an option for will anyone miss her in the morning?
What? I don't understand that.
Never mind.
No, but what I mean is, even for one night, I picked someone pure because even for one night, you don't want to pick an arsehole to spend the night with, do you? Even if she's really beautiful.
You are so not married.
Anyway, last question. Would you want your partner to disclose all their secrets?
No, fuck no. No.
And the possibles were yes,
no,
or nothing too big.
There's so many one-liners come.
In hindsight, no.
No. So what? You should keep secrets, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You
want the marriage to last, Pet? You keep the secrets.
You got to have that air of mystery.
This was the only one where the men and women's answers differed.
I bet it did. All the women are like, tell me everything. Open. Tell me everything. And all the blokes
I can't remember. The thing is, I write all the different. I didn't write which one was which. Unfortunately, nothing too big. Or yes, I can't remember. I picked nothing too big. So like, if she has secrets, you know, that's your decision to tell me. So you can't tell me if you don't want to tell me your secret. You don't have to tell me your secret. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, I've been playing Catherine. Is my point, and
really.
And I'm enjoying it, but I hope it doesn't penalize me now. I know I'm answering different because even for one question, I wrote down the player one. I might have said player in the past. Yeah, like first time round when I played it. But I'm not saying that no more because I've matured and my answers are different. So I hope it shows in my gameplay. I hope it gratifies me with a better thing.
Okay. I didn't realize we were dealing with a new mature Pet. Sorry.
Well, yeah, I played that like when I was in uni, man.
I really need to stop doing that. I keep forgetting we get sent out alive as a video.
Yeah. We won't talk about new matures Pet WhatsApp conversations over the last 4 or 5 days, will we? So, Clarky, what have you been playing?
What have we been playing, Vimesy? We have been playing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, we've been playing Hades because apparently everybody is now. So Hades, roguelike, Supergiant Games.
Funny
I don't like roguelikes. I like this one. Clarky talk.
Why do you always put it on me? You know I'm crap.
Well, because you don't speak much, and I want to try and give you a little bit of, the air of mystery is all well and good, but
exactly,
you're not the man from Milk Tray. You can say a few words.
So this is kind of an isometrically viewed game.
What you mean, top down?
Top down, yeah. Pet, top down.
Top down, Pet. Top down Greek gods. You know what I'm saying?
And for anyone who's played stuff like Dead Cells, this game gives you permadeath. So no matter how far you got into the game, if you die, you're sent right back to the beginning of the game. Which isn't a bad thing because all of the rooms you enter as you play are all kind of procedurally generated. There are a few kind of, I've been in this room before. What you play as the son of Hades, don't you?
You do.
And what you're trying to do is escape from hell and go and meet up with the Olympians, who obviously see you as a family member, even though you're one of the sort of bad gods, if you will.
But no, they're not. They're not bad god. They don't really look at it as a bad god. It's just the other side of the tracks, kind of thing.
Yeah. But they all of the Olympian gods want to like welcome Hades, his son, up to Olympus, and you have to kind of escape.
It's like a defector.
Yeah, make your way up there. But like we say, as soon as you die, you're sent right back to the beginning of the game, which is a really nice little hub area where you're effectively in your house, aren't you?
I mean, you live in hell, so
it's in the underworld.
Yeah.
And every time you die, you'll come back, and one of the first things you do when you come out of the pool of blood is like Hades will mock you, and he's like, "Oh, back again, I see."
Well, how does a god die?
So he doesn't. So basically, your run starts, and you choose a weapon, whether you want a bow or a sword or a shield or whatever. So you choose your weapon that you're going to do this run with, and then you start. And as you go through, when you finish your room, when you basically, what happens is you walk into a room, monsters will spawn. You kill the monsters, a bit like Diablo. Think of Diablo, right? That's what it's like. The
Do I
combat
have
is
to?
seriously, mate. The combat is super slick,
Really,
really,
fast
really good,
paced.
really good.
I see why you two like it.
But then
Drop
once
me
you
out
defeated it,
completely.
basically you unlock the next room. So the exit is blocked until basically you've defeated the monsters in that room.
Yeah, sometimes there's more
like
than
Zelda.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's more than one exit, and on the door of each exit there's an icon that gives you an idea of what rewards in the next room. So it might be some money, some health, some kind of
unlockable stuff. So some
unlockable
currency
So
to
who's
unlock.
attacking you? So what? The angels are attacking.
So basically,
you,
your dad is Hades, and Hades doesn't want you to defect. So you're trying to fight your way out of hell, and basically your dad's trying to stop you. But it's not in a maliciously evil pain. He's just kind of like, oh, for God's sake, it's a bit like he's looking after his petulant teenage son sort of thing and saying, no, you're not going out tonight. I've put the dogs in the yard. You can't get out. Right. So it's a bit like that. So you're fighting your way through the minions of hell. You're choosing your path. So basically what will happen is, like Clarky says, you'll get to, there might be two doors. One is money. One is you can unlock keys, which give you more powers when you get back to the hub world or whatever. You can choose which path to go down. You will come across icons, which are basically where you can call on help from the Olympian gods, and each god has a different type of buff. So when you start the run, you can decide, okay, this time I'm going to go for a buff which helps my cast power, or might help my special attack, or it might help something else.
Yeah.
It might give me
classic roguelike.
Some of them are simple, like Neptune gives you, like water powers, and
so Aphrodite nearly always give you health stuff, for example.
Yeah, Zeus gives you thunder powers. Dionysus or whatever, however the hell you pronounce it.
It just gives you hangover, which is basically a
DOT. Which gives you a DOT attack.
But it's super slick. So you choose how you want to make your way through the run. And there's basically, I think there's 3 levels, and at the end of each level there's kind of a boss or bosses. I haven't got through the first one yet. I keep getting up to her, and she keeps kicking my ass, so I need to get a little bit stronger.
She's essentially your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah. But the thing that does it is, normally I get really pissed off with roguelikes because I don't like the repetition of it.
Me too.
But the twist on this is that every time you go back to the hub world, you have interactions with the characters who are voiced so well, with lots of humor. Really kind of it's just beautifully done. It's really nicely done.
That's good.
And the other thing is that when you go back to the start, you are always getting stronger. So
that's classic.
You go down, you do the run, you pick up certain keys or certain currency, which allows you then to invest
you come back better. Yeah,
and you come back. But those changes are actually really noticeable. It's not like it's a 0.2% increase to damage on a, whatever. It's really noticeable kind of, you've unlocked a new skill, or you powered it up, or you've done something else to it. And the runs are fun. The combat is really good.
It's because the voice acting carries on to it as well. It's not just like you just get the voice acting in the whole area.
There is a narrative that goes through it. You can choose a different path. At the beginning of each run, you have to choose your weapon. At the moment, I've got like 5 unlocked, but there'll always be one, and it rotates round because it's trying to encourage you to use different weapons on each run, to kind of like try and, not just always stick to the bow or stick to the sword. There'll always be one that gives you like I can't remember, it's like a +20 buff or something like that.
Yeah.
And it tries to encourage you to use that one instead of the other one, so you can kind of get more and use different weapons and try different attacks and try different things. I don't know how many hours. I don't put that many hours. It's probably about 3 or 4, I think. I don't even know if it's...
I think I'd probably put double that in. And the nice thing is nothing is repeated. It's not like, all right, we've run out of conversation options now. Every time you go through, there's something new. I mean, the humor in this is spot on. I love it every time you click on like a point of interest and the narrator starts talking.
Yeah.
And one of the first times you do it is like talking about, this is Zagreus's bedroom, blah blah blah. kept in complete disarray, and then your character will kind of chirp up and go, I can hear you, old man.
Yeah, it's very much breaks the fourth wall on lots of occasions like that. But you'll talk to Cerberus the dog. You'll talk to, I think Achilles is down there. There's obviously some unlockable stuff there that you can kind of.
Why is Achilles in the underworld?
Not Achilles, mate. Achilles. Okay, get it right.
Who's that?
No, don't be pulling this Greek shit out of us now.
Yeah, famous warrior died, ankle thing.
Oh yeah, Achilles. Yeah.
So he's
Achilles. So what's he doing in the underworld?
Achilles.
Yeah, Achilles.
Achilles.
British podcast, Pet. Come on.
What's he
Coming
doing
over
down
here,
there?
mispronouncing our Greek names. So he's hanging out there because obviously he's died. So he's hanging out in Hades. Because he's basically kind of like because he's like a demigod thing. He's just hanging out down there. Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Okay. Yeah.
But the art style is brilliant as well. I should mention that the music is phenomenal. The combat is just really good. The loop, the hook is really, really good. It's really, really slick. Nicely done. It's one of those ones that you can just pick up, do a run for 20 minutes and then, move on to something else. Or you can sit there and plow 2 hours into it and go, where the fuck did that go?
I like how every time he dies, he'll say something and it's literally like how you're feeling at that point, because you'll be thinking, I'm doing it, and then he'll just like, oh, the screen will go to black and the character just goes, no, wait. And it's like, yeah, that's exactly how I just felt.
It's like 18 quid on Switch. It's well worth it.
Oh yeah.
It's I don't know what it is on PC at the moment, but it's definitely controller. You use a controller for it or whatever. But highly, highly recommended. Lovely game. Really nice game. So yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. I played the Call of Duty beta or alpha or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'll discuss that next week.
But
you're
wearing your dude rag now, so we should know. There's not much to say about it. There were 3 maps, really good fun, proper COD. Took me right back. When you first start off, it's the usual thing of when you first start off, it's kind of level pegging because no one knows the maps. Then sometimes you'll find some people are just kind of.
Hold on, if I get this, won't you be at like a bit of a disadvantage with me having the me having the X and 120 frames a second and you being stuck to 60 on the S?
Yeah, but I'll beat you on skill, so it's all right. It's all good. You want to big it up, big boy. You come hit us up. That's fine. You come.
So you liked it?
I did like it actually. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's COD. It's I think we had the choice of. I didn't get to play the their version of Battlefield. I just played the 6v6.
Oh, I did.
And it was like deathmatch, all confirmed, and
don't worry, Pex.
Domination.
Don't worry, Pex. I'm sure they'll release some legacy version of it on PS4.
Be fine. But I
played it as well.
You're right. It needs hardcore mode, but
that's what I was gonna say. You asked me, or did you like it? Was it like, shall I jump on? Like, shall we play it? And I was like, I don't want to play it because it's hard for me to describe it because there was only normal mode, and it's like I can't play this normal mode if it's not hardcore.
I still had fun doing it. I still had fun playing it.
Especially now, like when you shoot someone, the health bar is above the head, man. Did you notice that?
Do you know what? I don't think I even noticed that.
Did you not? Yeah, there's a health bar.
I don't think so.
Head.
I mean, possibly, but I'm not as ingrained in COD as you were. But I honestly can't remember. But there's some interesting perk stuff going on there. They had there's some twists on it. I like the way they've redesigned that a little bit.
It was good that they gave us like a mixture of guns as well. I thought they would literally go,
they basically unlocked a shitload of stuff for you and just said, go play, which was
all
nice.
Attachments.
I only played it for one night. I played it with Wooly, and it was really good fun. We had some issues getting into lobbies, but not majorly, but we couldn't, that Battlefield version or the Conquest version or whatever it was, we couldn't get into that. It just kept crashing on that one. So we ended up playing just 6v6 for the night. But we played for 3 hours on it and it was fine. Nothing really bugged out. I didn't really notice any major issues with, once you're in the game, there was no issues with it. So yeah, it was good. I mean, like I say, I've already got it pre-ordered. And I don't regret that. It'll be fine. And on
it's looking like it'll be a good game. It just wasn't the mode for me. so I was like, oh, I can't play. I did play the Quest maps, and it was interesting because it does really remind me of Battlefield. Like I played the one where I was like, they repeated again, and I was like, I can't play this again. I don't want to play it.
Did they do with?
It was
with the Call of Duty we've currently got Modern Warfare. You know their big map version. I can't remember what it's called now. Not Warzone. They do the big kind of Battlefield map. I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, Ground War.
Ground War. That's it. Did they do a hardcore version of Ground War?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I never got around to playing it or something because that's what that game needs really.
So if you go into hardcore, it's got its own playlist and it's got different.
I always ended up sticking to domination as much as I possibly could, so that's cool.
Yeah,
no, it's fun. I'm not going to talk about too much more because it is just literally COD. Very good. Enjoyed it. So
can't wait to play the new zombies on that.
That's true. That's coming, isn't it? So that'll be fun. So yeah, I think that's about it. Until next week, when I don't know, somebody's bought Nintendo or Nintendo bought Nintendo could buy Sony. That would be fun.
Oh yeah, that'd be so fun.
Then we'd be paying £70 a game. So until next week, thank you very much for listening. If you do want to get in touch with us, then you can either email us at Clarky.
gamersconfessional@gmail.com.
You can tweet us at ConfessionalPod. You can tweet me at Vimesy74. You can tweet Clarky at ClarkySnap, Pet at Life of Pet. Or if you're on YouTube, you can click the little like button. You can do the subscribe thing. And you can click the bell twice to get notified of what's going on in our little...
And the thumbs up.
I did the thumbs up. I did the like. You always fucking ruin it, Pet.
Oh,
I get my outro all sorted up and you...
So surprisingly, yes, Pet, the like is a thumbs up.
It's fine. For those of you still listening on audio podcast, thank you very much for bearing with us. Just be grateful you can't see some of the things I'm having to deal with tonight. But until next week, thank you very much again for listening or watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.